just gotta wait for some viewers.
Yep.
I don't know if this is the right account. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Hello everyone. So yeah, today is the Weekend League Season 5. I think if I'm correct. So today, we have got loads of new faces, and here we're in Russia, obviously. I'm not obviously, but we're here today. So let's see. New drivers here, and I got a commentator alongside me, shirtless Timmy, I believe, if it's right. So hello, how are you, mate?
I'm good, how are you? I'm happy to be here. I hope you're happy to be here as well. Hopefully the drivers are happy to be here.
Yeah.
Have a good race, hopefully.
Yeah, it's really happy to be here as well, because at the moment we've got racers on a lap at the moment, so we're obviously gonna see him on a lap. The reigning champion from last season, so he's going through the corners here in sector 1. So I think he's on first driver on the track, I suppose, if I'm correct. So I'm just getting the laps time, but some drivers are actually on the medium tyres, so that's really interesting. So they might go for a very aggressive strategy. Ray Fizz has invalidated. So let's see now what is going to happen.
Yep, there's a lot of drivers out on track at the moment.
Yeah, so now we're just gonna see. Ray Fizz has invalidated, unfortunately, so he's gotta still do his lap, but loads of drivers setting a lot of laps on the mediums, as Moksha, a new face, as loads of new faces here, isn't it, Timmy? But now we are
Yep.
now going through the Ray Fizz. He's actually pitting, so I thought he was gonna go for another lap. He might have failed for one lap, so he's gonna probably go again out on maybe another set of medium tyres. But now, as hello Gavra Racing in the chat, as now Ben Roberts has actually set a fastest lap of 31.6, really good lap from the person which is in the McLaren still, which is really strong in the constructors. But obviously, Timmy, we're gonna see loads of new drivers here, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of new drivers. I won't list them all because I can't remember them all, but we have got a good few. We've only got a few coming back. We have Ben Roberts, who I think is coming back. We've got Isaac Smart coming back. Is JMB Surreal coming back?
Yeah, so I think only 4 or 3 Weekend League drivers from last season have actually still stayed in place. So obviously this same teammates, the dynamic duo, I would say, Ben Roberts and Isaac Smart, actually was in the Williams last in the season 3, where Born Evil was claimed champion, and then on season 4 now they're in the McLaren, and now they're in the top Mercedes. So hello Daniel in the chat. Hey guys, how are you? Yeah, I'm really good at the moment. Hopefully you're okay at the moment, and everyone as well. So we're in the Weekend League here in Russia, if you all know, but obviously the format is only the pre-season, so obviously I've got to put it in the title, but it's the pre-season, so that means only 80 minutes of qualifying and only a 25% race. So but obviously in the first race there will be 25% first racing with 18-minute qualifying, then there'll be a one-shot quali, and then there'll be a 25% race. That's what it is. But we've got some people coming in, 18 viewers right now. Hopefully everyone is okay, the viewers. But as Lolion is, I think Lolion is not on a lap at the moment. But yeah, let's see who is going to try and get pole position.
We've got Rafis, who's coming up to the line. Well, not yet, but he's probably the first person to finish his out lap and start a lap, so we might keep an eye on him to see how he goes.
Yeah, he might go for a really quick lap here as he's actually invalidated on his medium tyres. As only old Rangers looking really quick as he's 3 laps on his medium tyres. So he's probably trying to get a really good lap as old Range said he has the fastest lap if I'm right. But now let's see what Ray Fizz, the reigning champion, is going to do in the AlphaTauri. So now he's going down into turn 1 with DRS wide open. Let's see how he takes this corner. So he's going to go down the gears. He's only going to third gear, sorry. Now he's going to shift to fourth. Now he's going to turn 3. He's going to try and go as tight as possible to the left-hand side. And now he's going to go into turn 4, if I'm correct. He went a bit deep there, but that is okay. Now he's going too late. He doesn't have a purple first sector, so that's pretty unfortunate from him. But now let's see what you can do in the middle sector in the AlphaTauri. So obviously it's a bit glitched of old Range SY4 putting the fastest lap. But obviously Ben Roberts has the fastest lap. Because Isaac Small has actually, I think, not put a very fast lap. He's got 1:43.3, so I think he's going to start his lap. Now looking back on Ray Fizz, so let's see, Timmy, let's see how he'll do in the middle sector. He doesn't have a purple, so maybe he just not pushing as hard as he wants. But now he's making through this very difficult chicane, really easy to invalidate here. But now he's stays out of trouble and takes that really nicely. Now he's going into the final corners of the circuit. Now he's going to go to the final corner, easy to invalidate. But now he's touched the curb and he goes fastest. Brilliant lap from Ray Fizz, a 30.8, so a really fast lap from him. But now as Ben Roberts only 8/10 behind Ray Fizz, so it's an absolute astonishing lap. Hello Cash Tangle in the chat. But obviously
he's responding with a lap now as well.
Yeah, so after invalidating he's actually got the fastest lap, so that's really good from him. And now he's doing a cool down lap. But let's see who else is on the lap as JMB Cyril is on a lap. He's now going through the third sector, so he looks like he's doing a pretty decent time. But let's see, can he even beat...
Ben Roberts is invalidated.
Oh, so that's a really unfortunate. And now JMB Cyril is actually now rounding the final corners on the racetrack. Let's see, can he even beat Rafis's time as Majaho 75, if I'm correct, goes to second place 3 times behind JMB Cyril. Only 7th fastest, so really and not that bad, only 100ths behind ahead of Jimson R19. Loads of drivers on here, new here, so let's see, can all of them do a really good lap? As now old Rangers is only a second behind on the medium tyres, so he's probably going to try and do aggressive medium to soft strategy. So Timmy, so who do you think he's gonna get pole position?
Well, Rayfis has been very strong at the moment as he just comes into the pits, actually. I feel like Ben Roberts has got something to say, though, about it. I feel like he might come back.
Yeah, as he's now starting his lap, I think he's invalidated, so now let's see. In the chat, there's only 16 people watching, but now let's focus on Ben Roberts, the man who had a pretty good start to the last season, but then it was crumbling all down in the middle. But now let's go into turn 4 now, as he's only 7/10 behind. Let's see, can he respond to Ray Fizz, as Timmy said? But now let's see. Hello Pierrick in the chat, but now
he's 700ths off.
Oh, and he's spun, he's hit the wall. That's very bad for him. I think he's done a really good lap, so he's got some wing damage. As Cash Tangle, where is Juicy Kev when you need him? I don't know what you mean about that, but as Ben Roberts got to be a bit careful out there because he could crash, as he nearly hits the wall again. But he's obviously invalidated because he can't do anything. As 2 Ferraris, obviously 2 new here to Gavra, as they both get 2-3, so very good for the Ferrari. So now let's see. Isaac Smart only 10th, so obviously really close between 8th to 11th, only separated by about 3/100ths nearly. So that's really interesting from that, but that's really close. But now we're gonna see. It's really cloudy here, so could we expect some rain, Timmy?
We might. I doubt it will affect anything now though, because there's it's only about 4 minutes left. But if it had started earlier on in the qualifying, drivers would have had to put their laps in very early because I doubt they'd be able to set a good lap.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah, but I accidentally moved the thing. But as yellow flags in sector one, probably drivers going by as Low Lion has invalidated, so he's got to go for another lap in his Red Bull, which I've drove last season, which I've not much good luck last season. But there's now Y 5327 is on a lap at the moment, but now he's going through this very difficult corners. He gets a bit of understeer going into there, but now it's easy to invalidate here, or you could just jump from the curb there. But now he's going into this corner. I don't know the corners here in Russia, but now as we now go and ping down the DRS, as he accidentally downshifts, as he actually decides to back off. So I think he's done some mistakes and didn't really like his lap, as Ray Fizz is going for another lap, so can he even improve, Timmy?
I'd love to see him try and improve. I don't know how much he was pushing on that earlier lap. Be interesting though.
Yeah, really interesting. But now as Rafe is going into turn 3 and then to turn 4, he's going to maybe try and improve on his time. So let's see, in the AlphaTauri, let's see what he does. He actually improves. He's a tenth and a half up on his time. So Rafe is still going faster. So the reigning champion, as he nearly invalidates, and now he's going through, as he nearly invalidates once again. So pretty close there to invalidation twice. But as CMCN underscore, thanks for the sub, as Gavra Racing said in the chat. But now as Rayfiz is going now into this really difficult corner, he's only lost 2 milliseconds in the first middle sector. So he's 10th up, so he's going to even improve Timmy. So he's actually performing an absolute mighty performance from the reigning champion from last season. As the two Ferraris, I don't know if they have anything to respond, as Mijaho is on a lap in the Alfa Romeo. I've been a bit incorrect. As Rafe
He's 4 tenths up in the last sector, sorry, I can't speak.
Yes, it's fine, but as Rafe Fears has now actually improved by 4 tenths, so that's really, really big from that. But now as Minjaku is on a lap, so let's see, can he improve on the lap? But now, as you can see, he's going into turn 2, if I'm correct. But now as I managed to get the spectator down, so I might annoy you a bit. But now as he's now pinning down to turn 4, I think. Now Easy locks up Bill on the front right, so that could be a bit crucial. But now as he's a 10th up on his best, on his personal best, so that is very, very interesting. Good for him. He could possibly respond in the Alfa Romeo, and now he's absolutely thrown it down the racetrack with oversteer on the back. But now let's see what is going to happen. Let's see, as Jimson has joined, so I think he's lagged out. But now let's see, he's going down the straight. He's going to go now into this corner. He's 3 tenths up in the middle sector, so he's finding time. Lock up on the front right, so not good braking from him, but not really ideal. But now he's going into this corner. You just be really careful in validating as he makes that really nicely. Now he's going through the curbs. Now he's going into the penultimate corner of the circuit, and now he's going to the final corner. Let's see, can he get pole possibly? As he improves by 6 tenths, only 1.5 tenths off.
I'd say he could go for another lap.
Snow, as he's backing off as he has no ERS, so he's not going for another lap because
But his
it's
teammate is.
yeah, his teammate is on the lap. I think is Liam. No, it's our Peter is now on the outlap as he actually doesn't manage to cross the
No, it's
line.
a hash. Oh,
So
sorry, yeah.
yes, fine, but unfortunately, our Peter's actually not crossed the line, Timmy. So he's on an outlap and he's gone too slow and he's actually missed the to get an outlaps front run lap. So that was pretty unfortunate from him as Majaho is on second. So very good performance, but as Rafe is on pole position.
We
So
actually have Hash 9211. Sorry for forgetting. But he's I don't know if he was off his own time or off
yeah.
pole position, but it was 200ths off. I don't know if that was his own time or pole position though. So we'll have to see. He's a 10th off his own time as low Lion goes into P3 in the Red Bull.
Yeah, so he's managed to get him to third, so pretty good for him. As JMB Surreal is on a lap at the moment. I think he's a Premier Series driver, and now as he goes a bit deep, going into the fast slow chicane, and now he's going to the penultimate corner. You want to use as much curb as possible on the left and the right, but now you just got to pin down and get a lap, and you've only been pushed by one position, so that means he's only 3 milliseconds ahead of him. But now as Ben Roberts is on the lap, he's going through the final corner of the in here in Russia as he improves to 4th fastest. So good lap as now Hash as Wiley is on a lap at the moment in his Red Bull as he's now really done well at the moment in this lap. But now he's going through the penultimate corner. Like I said, he used as much curve as he needed and validates.
Oh, Orange has gone into pole.
Oh, it's Orange. He's gone into pole by 4/100ths. That's really surprised from Orange SY4 as Ray Fizz is actually P2. So his fantastic performance in qualifying has actually made him to second place as Orange has gone to pole positions. First pole position here in Gavra. As Gavra Racing on in the chat says good lap Range Z. Range I think. Range Z I think. So yeah, a 30.3, so really good lap from him. But let's see now what is going to happen in the final.
I think everyone's in the pits now, or
yeah,
everyone's finished.
Moksha is in the pits, but it's not ending unfortunately, so it could be a bit of a bug for
It'll be
that.
6
but
seconds.
now,
Yeah,
oh no, here we go. I didn't see that, but obviously Ben Roberts is P5. But now let's see the grid confirmed for the first race. So obviously we have Orange in P1 by 4/100ths of ahead of Ray Fizz, as Jaho just about 1.5 tenths behind Ray Fizz, as Lowline is in P4, Ben Roberts in P5, Hash 9211 P6, Wiley 5327 is P7, Isaac Smart is P8, P9 is JMB Surreal, Moksha is P10, P11 is Jimson, and then we have P12 MRCS 1512, and we have Jani P13 on the Lolo, P14 Liam, our Peter, our P15 and 16, and Mark Neve is P17. So if I've missed someone, then it was my fault for the slow, but yeah, but let's see. Yeah, I think I've got pretty much the entire grid, but 15 viewers at the moment, so hello everyone. So let's see who is going. It's really sunny here in Sochi, the former Olympics area, but now we're going to see Timmy, who do you think's gonna win the race, Ray Fizz or Gavra Racing? Oh, not Gavra Racing, sorry, Rainsy.
I personally think that Majeho has a good opportunity here, because it could really be anyone in the top 3 or top 4 that could get in. That could get into first by the end of the first corner, because the slipstream could be very good, and it depends who gets a good start.
Yeah.
So first corner would be very difficult decide.
Yeah, to decide, because we have a really long straight, so it's going to be really interesting as now everyone is lining up for the formation lap to warm up their tyres. As Pierre in the chat says, there are some new drivers and there's some new nation drivers as in Australia and Portugal. Yeah, some new drivers here in the weekend league from other countries. So welcome to all of them. It's all weaving around the straight. So so they're warming up the tyres, but obviously tyre wear is kind of medium, I would say, around here. As now I'm going to pull up the spectator menu and just check what tyres everyone is on. So I'm just going to do the stop the tyres. So obviously only 2 drivers on the mediums. So obviously Parc Fermé is off, so that means you can change to the softs or the mediums. So I think Oranges wanted to go mediums just to like feel the grip of the car, but now as all warming up the tyres, really sunny and bright around this track. But as now the pit stop strategy is actually lap 7 to pit for the medium tyres, only 13 laps around the circuit. But yeah, let's see who's gonna get a good start. Obviously first place, most people say, is not a good spot here in first place. As second, get a really good slipstream here, Timmy. I'm going to turn 1, I believe. So, or turn 2 if you wanted to count the kink into that. But now they're rounding the final corners. So let's see who will get the better start, Ray Fizz or Orange.
My money's on Ray Fizz. Go on, I'll go bold.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so I think really it's interesting that now as we're going through now to the start of the race. So yeah, but let's see. If there's any just issues, just comment on the chat. But obviously it's my first time broadcasting here, so it might be some issues. But now, as we are now going through the start now, it's a bit bugmaster. So but let's see. Is yellow flying sector 1? Is everyone still? But let's see now. We're gonna wait until now. They're putting in light and throttles, and let's see now who is going to get best stars. Lights out, and away we go. As Oranges gets a really good start, as they will wheel to wheel going into turn 1. As there's a lot of action at the back, but let's see. As it's 3 wide, I think. Oh, as there's a bit of a wibble there. Oh, whoa, what's happened to the back there? As the Red Bull, as so much as action, and it's a virtual safety car. So the Mercedes and the Red Bull have collided. They were nudging each other. It's 3 wide. But Ray Fizz,
The Haas was involved as well.
Yeah, the Haas was involved as well. As Ray Fizz is in the lead of the Grand Prix. So maybe your prediction, Timmy, is correct. He could win the race.
Yeah.
As Pierre with a thinking emoji. But as now they're all coming out now. It's Tiger Sector 5. Turn off the comments on the left. 1 second. So, yeah, sorry everyone. You turn off the comments on the lefts, mate. Do you mean by turning off the commentating or like the chat on the right hand side? So it's my first time broadcasting, so it might be a bit of an issue. But now as Ray Fizz is now going, the reigning champion, got a really nice start to the race. He's now about second ahead as he gets the fastest lap at 140.1. As now Y goes to the pits after because he had a big crash. So let's see what damage did he have, as now he's in the pits for a front wing change, definitely. As now no, everyone's getting separated, so let's see now. The top 5 are fighting. So let's see now as on the low gets past, as now Liam is gonna have a look into turn 3. This is great racing, and now as they going to turn 4, and Liam is ahead of the AlphaTauri, as now he got a bit wide, going a bit of track, as he got to go down the inside, as he make a bit contact, as he nearly spun him round. Whereas now Gianni is, as JB Saru goes a bit wide, but now there's going to be a DRS train probably going in to 5th place, as now the top 4 is separated, as Old Rangers is trying to stay in the DRS zone. But let's see now what is going to happen in the race at the moment. So obviously our Rangers is behind by 8 tenths, so he's gonna have the DRS, because when you get the DRS on lap 3, you will obviously get DRS straight away, because there's DRS going into turn 1, so that's really effective for him, as he's saving his DRS, trying to start using that overtake. He's using the overtake, as now Gianni, I think, is going for probably an overtake possibly. He's using his ERS on board with the Renault man, as he's a bit too far. Whereas now McNeve gets past, I think, Hash, because he's gone into the pit. So pretty interesting from him. Maybe he has some wing damage. So there's now no DRS overtaking at the moment, as now JMB Surreal is on board. So now Pierrick is asking why Rafe is doing only the weekend league. He is fast, but would be interesting to see him main league in the future. Yeah, I think so, Pierrick. He's really a fast driver. I don't know why the weekend league necessarily, but let's see now, as Isaac Spa has a 3-second penalty due to track limits, whereas now he's got the DRS on. Actually, as he turns it on, use some overtake to try and close down the gap. As now, Jimson, he's using the overtake. He's going to go down the inside, probably going into this corner, and as he bang wheels, Jim nearly spins out. As there's a yellow flag in sector 3, as JB Surreal spins. So as JB Surreal spins, so let's see now what is going to happen. So, but Tim, but obviously your prediction's really going well, as Ray Fizz has pulled out the DRS zone.
Yeah, he's really going for it at the moment. He's nailing all the corners, and although Orange is staying there, he's not getting shaked by Ray Fizz at all. He's staying there. We'll see how it goes.
So as Jimson gets ahead of Isaac Smart, as now they're going to go wheel to wheel going into turn 3, as now with a nice camera angle there, and now they're going through now as he gets ahead. So bit of a battle there, but the Mercedes gets ahead of McLaren. Oh, as Jimson gets a bit hairy there on the rear, as the rear nearly stepped out of him. But now Ray Fizz is still the leading, about 1 second ahead of the pole position man. All range, as Jaho is about 4 seconds behind both of them. But now everyone is close to each other. Some people, drivers are spaced out. So now we're going to see maybe some overtaking. That was my accident on the camera, but now JB Surreal is closing in on Jay Famsey. This is for the points. He's slipstreaming. Oh, as he clips the wall there, as now he gets ahead of the racing point, as now as he looks up a bit, as he goes really deep. But that is the job done. He made the move stick really nicely. Good move from JMB Surreal, as now Gianni, as I think Isaac Smart goes into the pits, maybe for a very early pit stop, because the tighway is not really horrible around this track, as Gianni gets a personal best of a 1:35.6, I think. But as now we're going to see, can Gianni possibly go for the move, but that would be really hard to do. But as now he's getting really close, so maybe Jimson is having some tyre troubles. All Rangers is just about in the DRS, but now he's going to try and get as much time. He's using the overtake. He's depleted like about 70 ERS in the last 2 laps, so he's really trying to get in that DRS zone. because he's really close. They have pretty identical pace at the moment, but let's see. Mjaho is going at the moment to Gavra's podium here, and Gavra as well. As much our drivers getting some points in the bag. Not much moves at the moment as everyone's spaced out, but now Gianni has the DRS open, so he's probably going to look for the move going into this very hard braking zone. He's got the move done nearly, as now we're going to go wheel to wheel going through, and now as they give each other space, as Gianni 2014 gets the move done, as he now moves up to 5th place with 10 points on him at the moment.
Top four very spaced out at the moment. Closest, Moksha and Majeho actually come into the pits. I didn't notice that actually. But the pit window is open.
Yeah, so the pit window is open, so that means some drivers will box in, as those other drivers are, as everyone's now going to get spaced out, as now Jimson is closing in, is on Gianni right now behind. If it's still that comment issue, just drop a message. It's obviously first time in the weekend, actually broadcasting, a bit of a mess, but as Jimson gets a 3-second penalty, it looked like he was just a bit iffy on the thing, as now he's got probably 30% ERS, but now I'm going to update everyone on the penalties. So here's your penalties. Jimson on the loads drivers had 3-second penalties. So this is your penalty update, and then this is the tyre update. Obviously that all the people below the top 10 have made a stop, and here's the position change at the moment of every driver. As now, let's see what is going to happen. Ray Fizz is still ahead. He's gaining a bit. Now he pits for obviously the medium tyres, so he's gonna as Orange is behind him, so that is really interesting. So possibly if in the world can the Racing Point hold up the AlphaTauri, but that's not going to happen, as now both of them are on the medium tyres as Liam takes the lead because he hasn't pit yet. But now we're going to see who's going to make some moves, as Jimson has actually come on the hard tyres and as well as on low, so it makes up the McLaren and the AlphaTauris. So yeah, so the two hard runners, they're gonna be really slow now, as X32A Kazi drives obligated to do a pit stop. Yes, they have to do a pit stop, because if they don't, they get disqualified from the race, which you must do a pit stop. You can't just physically just go through the entire race with that. But now the two AlphaTauris are going to lose so much time, as as Gianni's, look how much he's going to start closing in, because he has because the hards have not much grip, so that means he's going to struggle, as Orange gets ahead of his teammates. So maybe some team orders here, Timmy, but now let's see who is going to be a bit of a battle here for 4th place, but now Orange is backing is pulling away because he's on new fresh tyres, as Jay Famsey is on 6-lap old tyres. As now, as Alpita, I think, looked for a move on, as Jay Famsey looking like struggling a lot with the tyres. As now, as Nick McNeil gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, but as now he goes into the pits, so we could have maybe stayed a 1 lap longer. For now, it's lap 8 of this race, so we're gonna now the closest stages of the race, as now Wally is closing in on and he gets actually passed by Hazy, but now it's going to be a bit of a battle here going into turn 1, as everyone now is making some moves possibly, but we're going to have a look at this battle for 14th at the moment, as he's now barely got any ERS. If he had some overtake, then you would probably got him, but over 300 kilometers per hour they are going, as now all the drivers are now, I think, have stopped. More, but James has lagged out again, so that's not really unfortunate for him, as
Yep.
Liam is about 3 seconds ahead of Ray Fizz. But yeah, I think Ray Fizz is gonna win here, Timmy.
Well, you don't want to put a commentator's on curse on at the moment. I'm just saying, just to get rid of chat.
Oh, 1 second. Alright, not stop. Yeah. So, what? Yeah, so, where do you turn this off? Yeah, advanced broadcast settings, yeah. Do you go in advanced? And then display message to spectators and spectators as comments, yes. No, off, I think, if I'm correct. Alright, everyone, bit of technical difficulties, but now as we are back
We're
in,
really sorry about this.
yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but as now Ray Fizz is now going to take the win, so a bit now clearer, I can see everything now, but as now most people now will probably come on, and now the issues will stop, so sorry for the technical difficulties. First time commentating, as now Ray Fizz is used up all his ERS, Timmy, so he might have been really pushing.
Yeah, let's see how much Orange has. Orange hasn't got that much actually, so they might have just been pushing equally, trying to
Yeah.
Orange trying to catch up and Red is trying to shake him.
As Low Lion has actually stayed out still, so he's got really bad tie wear. So he's probably struggling as he's get so much understeer, as now he's going to be held up by Mjaho as Moksha's behind him. So Timmy, we're going to see a podium battle for both of these drivers as now he goes into the pits. So now this is going to be a straight battle for the two new drivers in the Williams and the Alfa, the two backmarkers in real life. But now let's see what he can do in 2021. But besides, we're going to now look at, he's got plenty of ERS. He could probably go look for a move, but he's a bit too far. As now both of them, as Memjaho has more ERS, as Moksha is only a lap old, about a lap old less. As a lap less. I'm sorry if I went on board accidentally. But yeah, next race will definitely be much better. I'll learn everything. So this is just like a prep, so everything's alright. But now it's up 10, so we're getting close to the end. As Orange is actually closing in the gap. So maybe Ray Fizz, has he made a mistake?
Maybe, yeah. I'd say he probably did.
Yeah, as Ray Fizz is losing a bit of time because Orange is saving his ERS. He's got 20%, as Ray Fizz has only 10%. So that is really, really bad for Ray Fizz. So his win could be stolen, as Jaho and Moksha are battling. So we're gonna have a look on board with the Williams and now off board. But now you're gonna see now they're both battling, as now 18 comments, so I didn't manage to have a look, but hopefully Timmy you'll have a look at the comments. But yeah, but let's obviously
I'll have a quick look.
alright, but it's the yellow flag in sector 3 is Low Lion as spun, I think. Yes, he had a spinner, he's hit the wall, he's got some damage, but now as Moksha is getting close to on board, as he's got to go down the inside into turn 1 as he locks up, as now Mjaka gets a bit of Harry going off the corner. Now they're gonna go through. Now it's turn 3, going to turn 4. They're gonna try and get past each other, but now they can't. But Moksha cannot. So this is gonna be a very big battle here. As Y has got past, I think, JMB Surreal in the Red Bull, but now this is gonna be really interesting as Orange is gaining on the on the car. But now let's see. Who can Orange just bring down the gap as he's low on ERS as well. As Jaho is still using his ERS. Let's see if he uses any ERS on the straight, but he doesn't use any. He thinks he's safe. Both of them not using ERS, but he could possibly get close, really close, right at the end, back of the gearbox. As now Ray Fizz is still leading, we're now probably going to start heading to the penultimate lap of the race. Can Orange, Orange Z, if I'm correct, get maybe first was Ray Fizz, gets a 34.7 as Ray Fizz is using all of his overtake. Both of them have no ERS to play with, but now Moksha is now going to try and get past. I'm getting a bit of a slow throw here before we're talking, but now on board he's not going to have any chance of overtaking, so maybe the Moksha has a bit of a lower downforce as both of them lock up. As now Johnny is close ahead, behind Hash is a yellow flag, as is Ben Roberts. Oh, as Jay Famsey nearly crashes into him. So Ben Roberts, I think he had a spinner going in there, but it's not going to be a safety car. But as Ben Roberts has actually gone out of the race, as now Johnny is spun. So 2 spinners in the lap. So really unfortunate for him now, as now. On the low is actually close to the Wiley and about sort of Weil, I think, and J&B Surreal. So yeah, but we're gonna have a close look as Timmy, look, Orange is closing in on.
Yeah, the gap's been reducing. It's gone down from about 6/10, so it's going down all the time. And I actually, if
it's alright.
If Rafis gets a penalty, it's easy. Orange win. It's just Rafis needs to keep his nose clean.
Yeah. So now it's the final lap as on the Lolo gets past the Liam, which is actually the race, but because he was not pit stopping, but now he gets into 9th place. Really good for him, as we only have 1 DNF, Ben Roberts, after having a bad spinner at the start. But now let's see, as Orange Z is closing in, he's pushing his absolute everything, as now he's 1.2 seconds. So as Liam gets a 3-second time penalty, now both of these drivers have got to keep clean and try to use all of their fuel, all of their racetrack momentum, and try. But as Moksha is closing in on board with the Williams, so now let's see, what is he going to do in the car? As now Jaco gets a bit of oversteer, but Moksha is going to have the podium because Jaco has a penalty, so that means his podium hopes are dashed away from the distance, as Peter is now going to go down the inside of turn 5, as he makes that smooth stick just about, now wheel to wheel between both of them now as he gets ahead going into turn 6. So that is really interesting, as now I think I'm loading my corners. This is turn 7, but as now Ray Fizz is closing in, as Ray Fizz is going to come and cross the line to win the pre-season race here in Russia. As he wins here in style. Really good races. Range only 8/10 behind, but let's see now, can any drivers put on some overtake, as now the Alfa Romeo on the Lolo going down the inside. Oh, as his contact on the wing of both. So really aggressive dive from our Peter, probably trying to get the move done. As now everyone is crossing the line. Moksha gets his podium, so that was really nice for him. But now we're going to move on to our Peter now. Can he possibly, Julian could make a mistake going to the final corner, as he does, and now, as he does, get into the thing, but now everyone is crossing the line, as now on the Lolo gets loads of penalties, only point down to P13, so very bad from that. But now, it's a very good race. From him, bit of technical difficulties in the middle of the race, because I forgot to tell the comments on the chat, but in-game driver of the day is Moksha, after a really good race from him. Yeah, but yeah, Timmy, really good race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very good race actually, especially for Russia and a track like Russia.
Yeah, yeah. Russia can be really boring, but it was not. It was really action packed. Bit of spinners on the penultimate lap as Rafis is now on the podium. Celebrations. He's going to celebrate his first win in season 5, but that's not going to count as points because this is just the pre-season. So let's see who is gonna maybe go into the first race as the winner possibly, because the top 3 looking really strong. I'm going to skip the podium celebration, go into the race results. I promise I'll be fast. Rafe is P1, Orange C P2, only 8 tenths behind. Moksha P3 after starting from 10th on the grid. Mijaho P4, Isaac Smart P5, JB Surreal P6, Hash is P7, Y is P8, P9 is Liam, and then we have Jani P11, Peter P10 if I've missed, McNeve P12, Onololo P13, J Famsy P14, Jimson R19 after a pretty poor race from him, P15 as low as P16 is MRCS. Low Lion is P17. I think after leaving the session, but only DNF on the race is Ben Roberts in the Mercedes. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
really,
good results.
yeah, really good result from both drivers. But hopefully everyone had a interesting. It was pretty difficult race. Commentating me because some technical difficulties for the last hour. I had to let everything make everything done. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a good night. But yeah, but just Timmy, just have a quick look at the comments, so because I can't open my Twitch at the moment.
I can't get mine up either, so we'll just.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. But yeah, so hopefully everyone has a good evening, and we'll see you for the next race, I believe, in I think Spain. So yeah, but we'll see you there in a week time. But hopefully everyone in the race, really good racing. But yeah, goodbye and have a nice day, evening.